Well, it's no secret that I'm a huge fan of Aputure, and I've done a review on a lot of their lights, including the MC Pro, one of my favorite all-time lights. I've also compared it to the MT Pro, another one of my all-time favorite lights, and you can see which one wins out right over there. But imagine my surprise being such an Aputure fanboy when Zhiyun reached out to me and said that they would send me this light for free to compare it to the MC Pro. This is the Fiveray M20C, and Zhiyun thinks, well, it can compete. Well, let's find out. Now, I accepted Zhiyun's challenge largely because, well, they were sending me the light for free, and my friend Teo had seen this light, and he was very interested in owning one, so I thought, well, when I'm done, I'll just give it to him. And lastly, I was kind of curious, because this light is less expensive than the MC Pro. In fact, it's $60 less expensive. But if you look a little closer, they're not actually $60 apart. They're actually $30 apart, because the MC light comes with all of these diffusers, and in order to get the diffuser, well, you have to pay more. So if you include the combo kit with the diffusers, we really only have a difference of $30. But wait, Zhiyun also gave me a discount code that I could pass on to you that will save you an additional 10%. So if my math is correct, 10% of $169 is pretty close to $17. So we'll put back $17, and now the difference is $47. Now both these lights come with a magnetic diffuser and a magnetic egg crate. These are both very nice. Now the MC Pro comes with an additional dome diffuser, and it's really nice, but the Zhiyun pulls ahead with metal barn doors. These are really nice. So what would I pay to have metal barn doors for the MC Pro? Well, I would easily pay $15. So we're going to put $15 more back in Zhiyun's camp. So that increases Zhiyun's value, and now it's a difference of $62. Now, both lights are magnetic, so they can stick pretty much anywhere. This is really nice. But the Zhiyun, it has a little cage that it goes in. And the cage is the thing that's magnetic. And the light itself, without the cage, well, it doesn't have any magnets on it at all. But when you slide it into its cage, well, you not only get a cold shoe mount down here, but you get other mounts around as well as a magnetic back. Now the MC Pro comes with another accessory that also has a cold shoe mount on it, but has a magnet that can screw in as well, and a ball head. This is a fantastic little feature, and I do love it very much. Yeah, because it's awesome. So how much is this little accessory worth to me? Well, it's probably worth $25 or $30, but because I'm being forced to buy it, I'm going to say $15. Oh, and the Aputure light also comes with these little metal adhesive strips to help you mount the light. But I find these to be pretty much worthless, and just go to Home Depot and get yourself a little metal plate, gaff that to the wall, and then you're in business. This is actually much better, and I just put these in here. And these guys just roam around the case and get in my way. I should probably just toss them. Oh, and the Aputure light also came with this really nice sort of braided USB-C to USB-A cable. The Zhiyun probably came with one, and maybe I've lost it. So because I can't remember, well, I'm not going to give any money for that. But let's talk about something that is very important to me, and that's the case. The Aputure comes with this very, very nice form-fitted case. The Zhiyun, on the other hand, only comes with this flimsy little bag. Well, that's a problem for me, because if I'm keeping this light, well, I'm going to want a case for it, and that's going to cost me probably about $20. $20. Yeah, that's disappointing. The MC Pro has a IP rating of 65, which I think means that it can get a little bit of water on it, not being submerged, but still not waterproof, but very water resistant and weather sealed. Now the Zhiyun, on the other hand, has an IP rating of 0. Well, at least I guess it has an IP rating of 0. I couldn't find a rating for it, but just look at it. It's full of little slits here, and you can actually see the fan and some of the internal workings of the light itself. Yeah, this is something you're not going to want to get anywhere near dust or water. Now, I personally am a great indoorsman, so it doesn't mean as much to me as it might mean to you. So I'm going to say $10. Yeah, I don't get out that much. Now both of these have a great interface and a nice screen. The Aputure does have a two-tone screen, which is nice, but that doesn't mean a lot to me. This one has two jog wheels. It's a little more difficult for me to get around because I'm used to this light. So yeah, they're pretty comparable. Now, the most important thing for a small light like this is to have a good quality of light. And I don't have a $1,500 spectrometer to tell you and to test these lights, but they both have high CRI ratings. And in my estimation, well, they'll both do just fine. They both also have a green and magenta shift on them, so that's really helpful as well. So as far as the quality is concerned, I can't really tell the difference between these lights. And if I could, I would tell you, because that would be a complete deal breaker. Now, of course, both of these lights have a bunch of built-in effects. So you get all the cop car, fireworks, paparazzi, TV, all those effects that every single light seems to have. But there is one thing you need to know about the Zhiyun. Whenever I've used an effect with the MC Pro, I've usually triggered that from the Sidus Link app. But I didn't find any way on the ZY app to control those effects remotely. And that's a problem for me, because I'm going to set these lights up wherever I want them, and then I'm going to have someone trigger them at the time they need to be triggered. So you can't do that with this light. Well, at least not yet. Zhiyun, if you're listening, you might want to fix that. Okay, that feature is probably a deal breaker for me, but it's worth at least the $18 that's left on the table. Yeah, I feel about it that strongly. Now, Aputure Sidus Link gives you great control of this light, but it also has built-in wireless CMRX. That's what makes this a professional light. And if you have that professional software, well, this is going to be your only option because it's not over here. Now, I don't use DMX or CMRX myself, so it's not an issue for me, and it's probably not an issue for you, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Oh, and if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button. It would really help a lot, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see reviews like this one. Now, at this point, these lights have become pretty comparable in value, but there's still two more things that we need to look at. Now, the MC Pro does not have a built-in fan. The M20C, on the other hand, does have a built-in fan, and normally that would be a plus. But here, this fan makes a lot of noise. Yeah, I can hear it. Here, I'll hold it up to the microphone. Now, a few years ago, this would have been a complete deal breaker for me to have a fan this noisy. But now, with the software that we have in most DAWs, well, you can just dial it right out. So if here's the noise and I'm talking, well, I can just use this slider over here and take it out. And if that doesn't work, there's always Clarity VX by Waves Audio. So it can be eliminated pretty easily in post now. But I will tell you that I do not like listening to a fan like this when I'm in the studio. So this fan noise pulls Aputure way out in front for me. And that brings me to the superpower of the Zhiyun light, and that is brightness. It is much, much brighter than the Aputure light. Yeah, it's probably close to 4 times brighter. At least it's a 20-watt light, whereas this is only a 5. Although the MC Pro is pretty bright. Let's compare them. Okay, so I brought down a white background and I've turned off the background light. Now let's just turn off a number of other lights as well. Now when I turn them both on to full brightness, I think you can see that the Zhiyun is brighter. But let me pull the Aputure down the camera and you can see it a little better. Let's add a little diffusion. And now we'll add the egg crate. Now both these lights are set to 5700 degrees Kelvin, but you can see that they're not actually the same degrees Kelvin. And sadly, I don't know which one is off here. I'll put a square here in the middle to tell you what white light should be and let you judge which one is closer. Congratulations to Zhiyun for making a light that actually competes with the MC Pro. In fact, it beat it in 3 areas. First, brightness. Second, these really cool barn doors. And third, price. It's $30 cheaper. $47 if you use the link below and put in my discount code. So if you want the brightest light and you don't really care about dust or weather resistance and you don't use the app much to control the effects and you're willing to put up with some fan noise, well, you can save a lot of money by buying the Zhiyun light. Or you can buy what still is my favorite light, the MC Pro. I have links to both of them in the description. Oh, and if you want to learn more about the MC Pro, well, just watch that little video over there. I think you're going to like it. Hey, thanks for stopping by.